It's so nice not to be on anyone's radar.
Totally.
You gonna miss me?
Seriously?
Where you going?
Stop.
Can I help you?
I don't know, can you?
He's bothering you. He's harassing me. If you use that word, that means I have to do a bunch of stuff.
Sabrina, part of what your character and some of the other women have to deal with in this movie is like to learn that you're not alone and that it's okay to be angry, and it's okay to sort of express that anger. Can you think of a time when you sort of learned that like, hey, it's not just me that feels this way?
I definitely love how Moxie portrays that your feelings are valid. I think growing up, and maybe this is just my personal experience, but a lot of times we're kind of told to feel a certain way. And I think for me, just allowing myself to not be okay with things and to speak up when I don't feel okay with certain situations. I think maybe on dates I've been on and, you feel obligated to do certain things or to act a certain way or to be extra kind when in reality you're uncomfortable with the situation. I've learned to kind of be honest and open and say, you know what, hey, I'm not really comfortable with this, or this isn't okay with me, and feeling valid in that. And I think it's really cool how Moxie is able to show that it's okay to feel things even if it's not okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Charlie, I read that in the press notes because, and in part because this was shot pre-COVID, that you guys had some cool sort of organizers come and tell you about what they've been doing, what's going on with them. So let's say like it's your birthday and you're like, I don't need presents. Give money instead to this organization. What organization would you pick? And it doesn't have to be one that was there that day.
I would probably choose Black Lives Matter or an organization affiliated with Black Lives Matter. I just think that their message right now is one of the most, if not the most, important in striving towards equity for everyone, not just white people. So,
Sabrina, do you have one in mind?
Yeah, definitely Black Lives Matter, but also Operation Underground Railroad. I am very passionate about. It's fighting sex trafficking. And I think that is a very huge issue in today's world. And so any money that I could put towards that and towards that fight would be really awesome.
Switching topics like rapidly. But Charlie, you were a mascot in this movie. And I know that being a mascot, there's like, people do that for years to become this like big time mascot. What was your biggest learning curve in the mascot world?
There actually is a huge learning curve to the mascot world. My biggest learning curve, I think, was just an overall movement. Your inability to like, you're rendered almost, your movement's really limited. And so figuring out how to run or jump in that suit is tough. And also heat management. It gets super, super hot. And so figuring out how to stay cool is also like really hard. I was sweating profusely often when I was in that, when Bradley's little costume, but it was so much fun being in it.
You'll really have sympathy now when you're like at Disney World or whatever. The next time you're at Disneyland and you're like, oh shit, like I know what that person's going through.
Pretty sure they have like built-in fans in their suits is what I've heard. I don't know if that's true or not, but.
Well, the fact that I didn't get a built-in fan is ludicrous.
Lastly, last question, and maybe Sabrina, you can go first on this. Rebel Girl, the songs in the movie, has always been a big, like, I'm going to break some shit, let's punch something song for me. Like, do you have a song that's sort of like, I'm going to mess some shit up?
Ooh, my song really has become Rebel Girl, and I didn't actually know Bikini Kill before coming on to this project, but I felt very uncultured and very uneducated on. But now when I hear that, I think of not just, the smashing and whatever, but standing up and pushing forward. And so if there's ever anything that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I have the strength to do this or the courage to do this, I put on some Rebel Girl and it definitely motivates me.
This seems like a women's issue and I'm going to stay out of it.
If you're doing nothing, then you're part of the problem.